Hello everyone, welcome to the new class of chemistry. Today's class we will discuss a new chapter 2, structure of atom. So what is an atom actually? An atom is actually a Greek word which means atomio. A means in the sense uncuttable, or atomio means in the sense uncuttable, or which cannot be cut or which cannot be further divided. So various Greek philosophers like Democritus mainly discussed or said about the concept of substance which is present in a matter which cannot be cut or which cannot be divided further. But before that, long before that, ages before that, from India, the sage Kannad described about the concept of atom, and he said that concept by the name, or he said that substance by the name Parmanu, a thing which cannot be further divided or further cut. So atomic theory, the base of the atomic theory that we studied today, is actually proposed or propounded by Sir John Dalton in 1808. And we had studied some topics, some postulates, or some things that he had said about his theory, and that theory is actually known by the name Dalton's atomic theory. Before going into this Dalton's atomic theory, you just need to know that the subatomic particles which has been discovered had various particles present in an atom. From the smaller class itself, we know that atom has mainly three main particles. One is the electron, which is present in the outermost shell, and the second is the nucleus, which has two particles basically. One is the positive charged proton, and then is the neutral charged neutron. So we will study the discovery that has been done by the process that actually comes under the study of electron. Okay, so how was the electron discovered? We all know very well about Michael Faraday. Michael Faraday is one of the famous scientists who had said about electromagnetism property. What he did, he designed a specific type of tube, evacuated tube, to study the electric discharge, how electricity flows. That tube is actually known by the name cathode ray discharge tube. There is a diagram given in the textbook, two diagrams. To draw the diagram, figure 2.1b part, you will understand how it is made. Cathode ray tube actually has two pieces of metals on both sides, and those both metals are known as electrode. So the one side, what happened, he actually gave high voltage of electricity in that both sides of the electrodes. He applied high voltage of electricity. We are well aware that electricity has been passing through the main it mainly passed through the negative side to the positive side. Means the negative electrode to the positive electrode, the electrons basically pass, right? So the negative electrode from which the electrons start, from which the electricity start, that electrode is known by the name cathode, and the positive side where the electrons reach, where the negative charge reach, or the negative electron particles reach, are known as the anode. We know that current starts flowing from minus particle to plus particle, or the minus charge to plus charge, or the cathode to anode. So the rays that started from cathode reached the anode are known by the name cathode rays, or the cathode ray particles. How did he understood, or how did Faraday understood that the particles has reached from cathode to anode? It cannot, because it cannot be seen with the help of a naked eye. So what he did on the anode side, behind the anode side, he put a coating, a fluorescent coating, a coating which has a light affecting particle. So that coating was done with the help of a chemical zinc sulfide. So behind the anode particle, he put a coating behind the anode, and behind the anode, when he put the coating, definitely after striking the anode particle, the particles will go behind, even behind the anode side. So when it goes behind the anode, it will strike that particle. There will be a bright spot on that coating. When he saw the bright spot over that coating, he understood that particles from the negative side had reached to that positive side anode, or the particles from the cathode had reached the anode, right? So from this he concluded one thing, but with the help of the results that he had done from the experiments. So what are the results that he got from this experiment? We will discuss that. So what are the results that he got from his experiments? The very first result that we discussed here was the cathode rays moved from cathode to anode, that we just understood now. Second one, that also we discussed now, that the cathode rays are never visible through our naked eyes. So what it must be done, they are actually invisible type of particles, cathode rays. For that, to make them visible, special type of materials were used. Some fluorescent materials were used for making them visible, like we used here zinc sulfide coating over the anode side. So actually such coating, when it is done on the anode side, the anode is known by the name perforated anode, right? Anode, when it is done by such a coating, the anode is known by the name perforated anode. Okay, so the perforated anode was used there. What they are trying to tell here is that their perforated anode was used there to make the cathode rays visible. Third, in the absence of this electric or magnetic field, they always travel in a straight line. We haven't used any electric or magnetic field there. But in the presence of the electric or magnetic field, it completely acts as a electron charged particle. Sorry, negatively charged particle. Like something that charges, something that moves from negative side to positive side is something which has negative charge, right? So such negatively charged particles were known by the name electrons. Actually, electron was not named by Faraday. He just named it as cathode ray particles. Okay. And also, the most important thing about the electrons in this case is that they never depend upon what type of material the electrode is made. Also, it doesn't depend upon what type of gas is present in the cathode ray tube, if ever it is filled with some gases. Okay, these were the results that were occurred from the experiment done by Faraday, and they concluded one thing: whatever is present in that tube, in that cathode ray tube, it is actually a negatively charged particle. Okay, that's all about the class today. Thank you. Have a nice day.